Now, it's time for our daily recreational activity, the show where you're the star. Come on, everyone. It's time for everyone to get out of the street and find a telly to watch. This game is so much more fun with all of your friends and fellow citizens. Today is a very special episode of our favorite Simon Says. Have you ever wondered if you're ready in case the Germans ever came back? Would you know how to defend yourself against the marauding Bosch? Are you ready? All right. Now let's play Simon Says. Ha ha! Yeah, I didn't say Simon Says. You all know the rules, don't you? I'm going to tell you to do something, but if I don't say Simon Says, you don't do it. If I do say Simon Says, yes, you do it. All right. Is everybody ready? You there. Are you ready? Oh, you are. Yes, that's the Wellington Wells spirit. Everybody give him a hand. Good. No. I didn't say Simon Says. All right, then. Now, what I want everyone to get themselves a weapon. Cricket, bat, or a crowbar, anything like that. And if all you have is a banana, well, that's fine. Actually, if you do have a banana, just drop it here at the station and I'll swap you for it for a slightly used mallet. Good. Simon Says, raise your weapon. Simon Says, swing right. Simon Says, swing left. Simon Says, swing right. Ha ha, yes. I can see I already got a few people out there. If you swung left, then you're out. The Germans got you. Fall to the ground, eviscerated. I'm just joking. You can never be too careful. All right, then. Simon Says, swing left. Simon Says, swing right. Simon Says, lunge. Simon Says, parry. Lunge. Ah! Yes, you. You're out. Remember, the lunge is your finishing blow. Save it for when your enemy's on his back foot, no matter what Simon says. Did you lunge? You were supposed to. I did say Simon Says, you see. I just said it in bits. Yes, so you and you're out. Simon Says, you're out. Very good. You're all beautiful. Yes. Go on, give it to me. Simon Says, give it to me. Yes, very good. Simon Says, take a step forward. Simon Says, take a step back. Simon Says, swing right. Simon Says, swing left. Simon Says, finishing blow. Step back. Simon Says, shout. Yes. Simon Says, raise your weapon. Simon Says, have fun. You're all doing brilliantly. Very good. Simon Says, jump. Simon Says, parry. Simon Says, dodge. Simon Says, lunge. Simon Says, victory beat is wonderful. Captain Says, swing left. Ha ha. I didn't say Simon Says. Simon Says, don't do the next thing I say. Simon Says, jump. Oh, what do I do? Simon Says, run in circles. Simon Says, stay in place. Simon Says, lunge. Lovely. Simon Says, sing Rule Britannia. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never shall be slaves. Good. Simon Says, swing right. Simon Says, swing left. Simon Says, swing right. Ah! You there. Simon Says, run along. Go on. All right. Simon Says, fall down. Simon Says, get up. Simon Says, roll over. Simon Says, stand up. Brilliant. Simon Says, do everything I do, I shouted, even if I don't say Simon Says. Swing right. Swing left. Swing low. Swing chariot. Lunge. Lunge. Again, lunge. Again, step forward. Right. Left. Right. Lunge. Lunge. Yes, finish him. Fatality. Oh, yes. That was terrific. Very, very good. I hope you all had a fantastic time. Oh, dear. I trust you all brought cake because I did, and I did promise cake, and I hate to be a liar. Well, I'm afraid the game is over. Simon Says, spin. Simon Says, now the game is over. And Simon Says, I hope you all enjoyed yourself immensely. I certainly did. We've come to the end of our time. Tune in again next time for another rousing daily recreational activity. Thank you all for playing.
Everyone is talking about the shocking thing that happened yesterday. You know what I'm talking about. I have it on good authority that it was not at all what you might have thought it was. And in any event, the responsible parties are taking steps to make sure it never happens again. In the meantime, keep calm and carry on. And don't forget to take your joy. And the weather report is, rain, rain, go away, come back again some other day. Remember, gentlemen, while rainwater goes down smooth in a whiskey, it does not contain joy. So, if you like to collect rainwater for tempering your constitutional, please remember to adjust your dose accordingly. And the weather is delightfully sunny, inside and out. Who doesn't love an English spring? I expect to see nothing but smiles out there. In fact, anything but smiles out there is strictly forbidden. Also, extremely unlikely, unless someone's happy face falls off. Can you imagine that? Better make sure it's not you. In case you might have heard a loud explosion coming from the general direction of the Victory Memorial Camp, don't worry, it wasn't someone blowing themselves up on the minefield. It was merely the members of the Home Army testing their ordnance. Mortar shells apparently don't last forever, and there's nothing more frustrating than dropping a shell on the enemy and it turning out to be a dud. So they must regularly test their supplies. That's all it was. No fatalities at all, and no worries. You may have noticed one of our favourite shops boarded up. There's no need to worry. We're told the proprietor, you know who I'm talking about, is renovating, and he doesn't want anyone to see it until it's done. At least that's what he says. I suspect he may simply have gone on holidays and doesn't want us to know. So if you notice a certain person comes back to work looking remarkably well rested, we'll know the truth, won't we? Our local football team has done it again. A thrilling victory over some tough rivals. You've never seen such exciting footwork, and they really use their heads. Of course, it's nothing less than we expect from our finest. If you see them, do buy them a pint for me. I'm sorry to say tomorrow's cricket match has been postponed due to uncertain weather. You can't very well play cricket in a typhoon, so we'll let you know the revised schedule as soon as we receive the details. In Hamelin, our favourite butcher shop has a very special today. Is it pork chops? Is it pepperoni? Is it filet mignon? Is it roast chicken? Or is it just several cases of fresh, delicious V-meat? Now that I've got your mouth watering, well, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to go visit yourself. And do give your favourite butcher my regards, because no one slices like he does. There has been some confusion about the pass required to enter the city centre of Wellington Wells. To obtain your pass, you simply need to present yourself in person with a recent photograph and a typed explanation of your purpose at the Department of Public Order. It's simple, isn't it? That's all you have to do. The department is located at 5 Wapping Road, near the corner of Bath Street, in the centre of Wellington Wells. I hope that clarifies everything. There has been some excitement at the Victory Memorial Camp. An unauthorized person was intercepted attempting to plant tulips around the chain-link fence. Fortunately, she set off all the alarms and was quickly apprehended. Now, imagine how alarming it would have been if she'd not been caught. Kaboom! Yes! Now, the leadership of the Home Army hastens to remind the public that the Victory Camp and the surrounding relics of our heroic resistance have been preserved in its immediate post-victory state. That means unmarked minefields and unexploded ordnance every which way. She could have got herself blown up. So don't be a tourist fatality. No one except members of the Home Army in good standing has any purpose in the memorial camp. And if you want to plant flowers, how about planting them in town where we can all see them? Some viewers have asked me, how can I find out more about the resistance and the victory? Now, I always tell them, why on earth would you want to know more about the war years? Their ancient history, and our lives are so much better now. But, due to popular demand, we now have a book with all the answers. It's called The Story of Our Victory. And it's written by me, Jack Worthing. It's a lovely little book with cheery illustrations and quotations from all your favourite wartime heroes, and it tells you absolutely everything you should ever want to know about the war and our glorious victory. If it's not in the book, you don't need to know it. Some viewers have asked, how do I join the brave soldiers of the Home Army? Now, I've asked the Home Army leadership to respond, and they would like you to know that the Home Army has a full complement of highly trained warriors ready to repel any future invasion by our enemies, or even our friends. So there's no need to join anything. You can just be a patriot by smiling at everyone you meet. Now, go about your day and enjoy our lovely English weather, whatever it is.
And now it's time to read some of the letters our audience writes to Jack Worthing. That's me, Uncle Jack. First we have Mrs. H.K. Chesterfield of Purluant Drive, Maidenhome. And she writes, sometimes when I look out at my window at the garden district at night, I think I see fires. I assumed it was the bobbies keeping themselves warm, but once I saw a whole lot of fires out on Wednesday's Hill. They're not having some sort of police convention, are they? And I swear I could hear chanting. Well, Mrs. Chesterfield, I shouldn't worry. Sometimes, you know, the moon reflects in the windows, and then if there's a wind knocking against that window, it can create a sort of flicker effect. Now, my guess is that your curtain rod has fallen down. If you just fix up your curtain rod and draw the blinds close at night, you will find you're no longer worrying about fires in the garden district. Instead, you'll think about how cozy we all are in our houses at night. And now, yes, let's go to this chap, Mr. Nigel Hickenbotham of Bellis Road, St. George. And he writes, how long can this go on? Well, that's odd, isn't it? That's all he wrote. There's another side. It continues, how long has this been going on? Well, that's a rather strange one, isn't it? Do you know, I think this must be some sort of riddle. Yes, and if it is a riddle and one of you clever clogs have a clever answer, please drop a note to Jack Worthing. That's me, at the broadcast tower, and, well, I'll be sure to let everyone else know it. I almost forgot. It's time for the secret word of the day. I'm going to say a word, and ladies, if you can get a bobby to say that word, you're allowed to kiss them. But you're not allowed to say that word to them, because that would be cheating. All right? The secret word of the day is epistemology. Now, it will help you to know that epistemology is the study of how we know things. All right? Well, good luck, ladies. And remember, no telling them the word first. I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time. Tune in later for more Uncle Jack.
And now, it's time for I Hear You, the part of our show where Jack Worthing, that's me, answers your letters and questions about our life in Wellington Wells. And today's first letter is from Charles Hawtrey of St. James Parade. Dear Uncle Jack, I always get eliminated early in Simon Says. It's so frustrating because I love Simon Says and I don't get to play very much of it before I get confused and I'm out. What can I do? Well, Charles, I'm so glad you care about Simon Says. It's one of my favourite games, as you probably know. In fact, sometimes I wish someone would come and be the announcer so I could come to Hamlin and play Simon Says.